Does getting dinner on the table sometimes feel like an Olympic sport? I remember when my first child was born and I literally never thought I'd be able to cook a normal dinner again. I really struggled to find a rhythm and method to making dinners feel manageable. I was constantly scrambling to get things together, often buying the wrong things and ending up with food waste for half the things I didn't have time to cook, and we ended up just getting takeout all the time. And the idea of making dinner every night felt like running a never-ending marathon. Does that sound familiar to anyone else? Luckily, I figured out some simple tips and tricks to make this a little bit more manageable. And yeah, sometimes dinner is still the most hectic part of my day while I'm trying to get food on the table for hangry children, but it doesn't overwhelm or consume me like it used to. And I have a really good method for buying what I need so I don't end up with food waste. And I'm gonna share that method with you right now. So here's my main lesson that I learned when it came to tackling the dinner time rush, and that was that you can't wait for dinner time to do it. The ultimate goal with my method is to have the least amount of choices and tasks when dinner time rolls around. Because when it's dinner, I'm personally exhausted. I've been up since 5 a.m. My last 2 brain cells are just doing their best to get me by, and I don't want to have to expend any extra thought or effort. And so I've found the real solution to managing dinner time is all about prep. So step 1, meal plan. Hands down, the best way to combat the dinner time rush is to have a plan. Ever hear the saying, a failure to plan is a plan to fail? There are few things this applies more to than dinner time for me. I make a meal plan for the entire week on Sundays. I write down all the meals we're going to eat that week, and I generate a grocery list from that. Personally, I use online ordering for groceries because it allows me to double check, make sure I'm not missing anything, and it saves me time and money. Once you've written out all your meals, you're also going to be assigning each one to a day of the week. And this is now your Bible. Okay, well maybe not your Bible, but as far as what you're eating that week, it's your Bible. If you wrote down Cobb salad on Wednesday, when Wednesday rolls around, gosh darn it, you're having a Cobb salad. And the reason this is so important is it gives you a game plan. It allows you to know what meals are coming on what days so you can be properly prepared, which, like I mentioned earlier, is the real solution to the dinner time rush. If Wednesday rolls around and you don't want a Cobb salad, too bad. Suck it up, eat the Cobb salad, so you don't waste the ingredients or waste the money or get takeout, and just don't write down Cobb salad for meals next week. This step takes some discipline. It takes discipline to make sure that you're making your meal plans each week. This is why I always do it on Sundays, because it just become a Sunday habit. It also helps because my husband also knows Sunday is meal plan day. That way if he has something he wants that week or something that he wants to cook, he can request it and I can make sure to get groceries for it. And it takes discipline to stick to it. Trust me, I have had plenty of nights where both my husband and I are like, we don't really want to eat this. But we've learned that sticking it out is the best scenario. Because like I said, there's no food or money waste that way. Plus, skipping just one night can really throw off the rest of the week of meals. So that moves me along to my second tip, which is prep ahead of time. If you have a full week of meals planned, it allows you the freedom to prepare ahead of time. Remember, the goal is the least amount of choices and tasks when dinner time comes. So ideally, prep as much as you can prior to dinner. Whether this is the night before, in the morning, during your lunch break, Sunday afternoons, whatever. Prep things that you can before dinner. Chop your veggies, make your sauces, marinate your meats, measure out spices, fill the crock pot, whatever you can prepare ahead of time, do it. I personally aim to have less than 10 minutes of actual work to do when dinner time comes around. Obviously, this doesn't happen every single night, but that is the ultimate goal. Another thing I find extremely helpful and goes right along with being prepared is to keep your kitchen tidy during the day. The reason is it's 50 times harder to cook in a messy kitchen, and it's 100 times easier and less stressful to prep in a space that's not cluttered up with a sink full of dishes. Every morning I make time to empty the dishwasher and put breakfast plates in the dishwasher before I leave to drop my kids off. This is because I know I don't want the added task of doing this when I bring them home later, and I definitely don't want this as an added task at dinner time. If I'm having lunch from home, I tidy the kitchen fully after I eat my lunch, so at dinner time I can be greeted with a prepared space. I always talk about how I work on doing things now that later me will thank me for. Well, this is a perfect example. I know the dinner time rush can be one of the most stressful, busy times of the day. So by taking 10 minutes at breakfast and or at lunch, it can greatly decrease that stress. So really those are my 3 main things that I do to make dinner time easy. Again, it really comes down to having the least amount of choices and tasks when dinner time comes. So for me, this comes down to meal plan. For me, I do this every single Sunday. I make sure my groceries are ordered. I pick them up either Sunday night or Monday morning. Do I prep ahead of time? Whenever this is that works for you, how much of dinner time can you prep before it is actually dinner time. You're going to be saving yourself from having to do this stuff when it's busy, when it's hectic, when the kids are running around, when you're exhausted. And it's going to make you way less likely to skip on your meal plan or to just resort to takeout. And 3, keep your space tidy so when dinner time comes around, you are ready to just get to what you need to do. Taking 10 minutes in the morning can make all the difference when the dinner time rush hits. I always remind myself if I don't want to do it, I'm like, remember, you're going to be so thankful that you did it later, and usually I am very, very thankful. All right, my friends, that does it. I hope that this helps you out with your dinner time routines as you sort of gear up and get ready for 2023. If you're like me, you're probably starting to sort of like wind down from the holidays and think about getting into more of just like back into your general routine, and hopefully this will help you tackle that dinner time part of it. As always, thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Remember to be kind to yourself and to others, and I will see you all in my next video.